This week we start in earnest and go big.
Our new Milwaukee mag drill is struggling quite a bit.
Yeah, so 21C going out tomorrow screening wood chip.
Dave at D&J, his shredder is here.
These are done. Well, this section is done anyway. This is a good example of one tacked up. I weld both sides, round here, round here.
Adam's milking is cold and he's giving it to me.
So now I can start designing a hopper, which you will see inside in a minute.
Adam has excelled this week. So welcome back to episode 41. This week we start in earnest and go big with the new platform for the Manchester project. Also coming up in this episode, we are doing a questions and answers session. So keep watching and that will be coming up in a little while.
Rob is now drilling the holes that you saw me marking up in last week's episode. So on the last Friday, I was marking up all of these holes, as you can sort of see here. I think I showed you in the video. Get them to do a few clips here. So based off of these drawings that George gave me, used the jigs that you saw last episode, and then now Rob is going through with the 24mm drill bit and drilling all of the holes where I sent it off to them. So I'll let Rob talk about the actual drilling process, about how we do it. Yeah, because I don't think we've seen this before. I don't think we've mag drilled on camera really.
No, probably not.
So yeah, take it away, Rob.
Right, so here, mag drill. Simple bit of kit, big magnet at the bottom, connects to your metal, doesn't move. But we're just using it to drill all the holes because it's the simplest way of doing it. So like I actually said, he's marked all the holes and centre punched them. So in the bottom of this, there's a little pin that locates itself in the hole. And then that just centres out your hole when you drill it. So yeah, going through these, drilling all the 24s. And then what I'll do is I'll flip all the beams. And on the actual webbing of the steel, there's some 18mm holes to drill on some of them. I'll do that. And then these are ready to get the plates tacked on, welded up. What I'm doing to these now, all the holes have been drilled, so getting the plates on and welding them. Because of the weight of them, I'm doing one beam at a time, so they're all prepped. End plates that are like flush plates, they're tacked on over there. These feet plate needs to be marked out individually, and then they get tacked on and welded. So I'll do one at a time and then lift them down onto the floor. Before they go outside, they need a coat of paint, just to keep them from corroding outside, getting rust all over them. So yeah, I've got these beams to do. Down on the floor over here, this pallet of plates needs folded because this will act as gussets and corner plates between the beams. So they'll get folded and then, I don't know where it's gone, there's a pallet over there with the plates on it for the gussets. All the feet plates for the beams are on this pallet. On the table over there, there are some plates. These plates need folding, obviously along this, where it tees out, it gets folded along there. And then these get welded into some RSJ to act as supports for the walkway beams. These will get welded onto RSJ. Again, same thing, walkway beams. And then over there, we have some longer beams that Archie's kindly marked up for me. What he's done, he's gone through the drawing pack and he's marked all the holes for me. So when I'm done over there welding, I'll come over to this, I'll start drilling the holes, flipping them, drilling more holes, and then these can get welded up, painted and go outside as well. And then it would just be a repeat process, doing that over and over again. This is even more steel for the maxi lead job. These are long, I don't know, 6.8 metre beams. Each beam's got 48 holes in it. So my job for most of today is just drilling these holes. And then along with the beams over there that I think I showed you yesterday, or whenever, they need all the plates welding on. These ones have plates on the side to take cross beams and walkway supports, because it's a tiered walkway. As I'm going along, there'll be videos of me doing it and you'll get to see the progress.
Action. Rob is now welding up the end plates, so the top plates and the bottom plates for this. I'll stop doing that. For these beams. So these are beams 3, 9, 6, 7, and 5. So these are all going to be have the same plates welded on the top and bottom, make it easy for assembly. So Rob is currently fabricating these now. The holes have all been drilled in beams 10. We're going to get some more batteries for the mag drill because our new Milwaukee mag drill is struggling quite a bit with having the 5 amp hour batteries. So we're going to get 2 12 amp hour batteries to see if that helps. It should do. So we're going to get that ordered in, or get those ordered in, sorry. We're going to wait until they come in because it's just not economically viable to carry on drilling using the small batteries. It will take too long. So we've worked out the cost savings as opposed to the cost of buying the batteries, and we'll pay for it twice over in this job alone. So hopefully that should sort all the issues out, and yeah.
These are done. Well, this section is done anyway. They've all been welded, and they've also been red oxided, ready to go into paint. They'll need a little white dam before they go in, need degreasing, but then they can go get painted in grey. I think they're being painted, these ones. And then if you follow me over here, we have 2 out of 4 of the long beams for the frame. These are the shorter ones, believe it or not. These are 6.8 metres long. And the next 2 I've got again are 11 metres. So what I've done with these is, down here, I've welded some plates on to take the cross beams. But I've currently got them on their side so I can fit these gussets. So I've folded, there's 26 of these, I've folded a left and a right because they're different for each one. And what I'm going and doing now is marking it against the end to get the profile. Marking it against this, grinding it off to get a perfect fit. So if you look at this one, it is quite a good fit now. So it just slots right in there. Tiny gap at the bottom to get your weld penetration through. So what I'll do now is I'll mark them up along here. There's only 5 of them along here. Do the same on the other one, and then I can grind the paint off, mark the lines again so I know where they're going, and then that's it, I believe. Yeah.
Dave at D&J, his shredder is here. Jamie and Connor are going to be on it today, so they are going to sort out the welding of the brackets for the conveyor, fit the conveyor inside temporarily. They're going to design between them on the cutter bar some hopper plates. They're going to get them cut and fabricated. Connor's going to be doing that inside with JMO, obviously with the conveyor removed. Slide the conveyor back in, and then at some point we're going to have a look at designing again ourselves, not getting the office involved, the greedy boards for the side of the conveyor. So that will be coming up very soon.
I've fully repaired the shaft now, gouged out all the holes and refilled them with weld. Also, we have fitted the conveyor, get that in now, that's all set. So now I can start designing a hopper, which you will see inside in a minute, to fit around the conveyor to make sure all the material goes in the right place. I've actually just made 1 plate already, get those drawn up and get them all welded and get the rubber on. Yeah.
Action. Connor has now drawn up this back plate of the hopper. So this is something that we've managed to do on the software on our Cutavar machine, or Cutavar, however you say it. Very simple to do, it's a parametric system. So the basic outline of the shape, the holes, and then it's just cut out. It's pretty simple, it means we don't have to get George, the CAD designer, involved in coming out here and measuring up for us. We can do it all ourselves, get it cut. We've got a part within 10-15 minutes of measuring. So this, I believe Connor's prepping down there, or he's prepped down there. This will be fitted up soon, and then we'll measure up for the side panels for the hopper, which will then feed onto the conveyor.
So Andrea,
Yeah.
what did you want to tell us?
Oh, so the guy that came in this morning that we did the demo for with Jamie and Connor, he's brought it. So this is going out tomorrow. All the product that you can see underneath it is going back with him, sending his truck up. Yeah, so 21C going out tomorrow, screening wood chip.
Machine is now gone, so that is within 24 hours of them coming to see the machine. It is on the back of their bed, as in truck bed, ready to go to site. The customer's test material is going back with them as well, obviously. So we want the driver to just check over the straps, make sure he's happy with it all, happy with the safe load, then he'll be on his way. So Jamie and Dan have just loaded that up. Good sale from Andrea. Hopefully more to come.
Okay, so this week's fun fact is a good one, and it does not involve trains or planes. Adam has excelled this week. He's found a proper little gem of a fact, he has. Apparently, during the Cold War, the British government built an underground bunker in Corsham in Wiltshire. Now this thing's massive. I didn't even know it existed. So obviously during the Cold War, we were that scared that the Russians were going to launch nuclear bombs at us. We did all sorts of crazy things to prepare, and I'll come back to that in a minute. So this place down in Wiltshire is a 35-acre underground bunker. There's 60 miles of internal roads, and they've got road signs telling you which direction to go and what's up there and what's up there. They've got a pub underground called the Rose and Crown, because that's a fairly traditional British name, and they've also got hospitals, telephone exchanges. They've got a full-blown canteen down there that's never been used. It's never even warmed up a tin of beans, and everything's there. All the cutlery, all the cooking utensils, all the machines for mixing the food and cooking the food, everything is there, brand new, never used. It was built and commissioned in 1955, and it sat fully maintained, never used in anger, until they decommissioned it in 2004. Now, the thing that always baffles me when I hear about things like this is, if the Russians launched a nuclear missile against the UK, I don't know how much time you would have, because this was designed for everybody in government. All the key people in government were going to go here and sweat it out underground until it was all over. But if you're in London, to drive from London to Wiltshire is not a 5-minute journey. So you'd have to know that the Russians had launched a missile. You've got to get in your car, go to Wiltshire and get in an underground bunker and they reckon they've got enough fuel and food and everything else to keep 4,000 people going for 3 months. Well, I don't know a lot about nuclear holocaust, but doesn't it go on for like thousands of years? It's like a wasteland for thousands of years. So I'm not quite sure what 3 months was going to do. Maybe people know more about this than me, and you can leave it in the comments to fully explain what the thinking was behind that.
I'm working on the wheel axes for the sight banks. This is a good example of one tacked up. I weld both sides, round here, and then a wheel either side with a bit of threaded bar coming off, so it's all adjustable. The reason we're TIG welding is because we need the weld to be as tight as you can to the plate, which is just easy with TIG, so I can control it as it goes in rather than MIG. We still need a bit of cleaning back, but ultimately shouldn't be too much longer on that. Right, so now the wheels are done, all completed. I've MIG welded a little threaded bar on the end there and put a little circlet on the end of the ridge so the wheels stay nice and tight. These will eventually fit in the door like so we can run in the channel. The door is about probably 3/4 of the way welded right now. I need to get the rebar in and finish the uphands, but bar that, the door's getting done.
So there's still a few changes we need to make to parts of it. For example, this is something we've made to make it a little bit easier to get the lock out, however a bit more difficult to get your hand in to get the lock out, so that is changed from that to that, so we're going to fully extend that out there. We've got all the designs sorted for that now. This door does now slam shut like Gavin has requested. So there you go, door slams shut. Pushing on that won't get you in anywhere, there's nowhere to pry out. Little push back, pushes out. So this is still yet to be filled with concrete. So we are going to put the concrete in this as well, which will make it a little bit heavier, but we are planning on it still being okay weight-wise to slam shut like so. So a little bit more work on this, but in essence this is ready for the concrete.
Okay, so as promised, this week we're going to do a questions and answers sessions. It's questions that people have left in the comments or have messaged us in other forms, and I thought it would be a good idea to answer the questions. So, first question, Adam, go for it. What have we got?
So you asked everybody how much you reckon we've paid for the forklift for the Charlie NEC. What was the answer? Can you now reveal?
Fortune is what it was. I know you're going to have to bleep that out, but I don't think there's any other way you can explain it, really. I think the final total was £604.35 plus VAT, or some crazy figure like that, just to have a forklift to unload a trailer and move it 50 yards and put it down, and pick it up and put it back on the trailer. Just over 600 quid. Very good answers in the comments. I think somebody said 500 quid, somebody said 800 quid, I think. So yeah, you're in the right area. Yeah, a fortune is the honest answer.
Right, the next question is, somebody asked, what happens when you come up with a design and build it and someone else has a pattern on a part or a full machine? Gavin, what is the answer?
Generally, yes, there are patents, and when you look at some of the stuff that we do, it might look as though we've invented it. Actually, we haven't. We might just be repackaging it from something that somebody else has used, and we're just repurposing other people's ideas. I know that probably burst the bubble a little bit, but there's not that many new original ideas. I mean, you look at the Mortarmaster, for instance. There's nothing on there that's not been invented before. But as a company, we just repackage it in maybe a different way to anybody else. So I don't think we're ever in danger of infringing any patents. And I work on the basis that I ask for forgiveness, not permission. So if ever we had infringed somebody's patent and they got in contact with us, then we would tackle that when it happened.
Right, this one is for the mortar mixer machine, and someone's curious about the concrete sand, like the moisture level?
Yes, I know exactly where you're coming from on this, because obviously on a summer's day, a ton of sand would have, say, 2 litres of water in it, or on a really wet day, that ton of sand could have 20 litres of water in it, and that's then going to affect the mix. And I asked Gary, who's gone in with us at Trident on this. Now, I asked Gary, and I just sat back for 10 minutes because the man is so knowledgeable. He was talking about grain sizes of sand and the homogenisation of the mix and all sorts. But what I did get out of that is, from what I gather, the moisture content of sand depends on the grain size of sand. And believe it or not, depending on where you are in the country, you can actually get your sand tested, which I didn't even know was possible. It's just like blows my mind, all of this. But from what I can work out, the moisture content ranges between, say, 4 or 5% to maybe 7% moisture. So in 1,000 tonnes, you've gone from having 4 or 5 litres of water in there to maybe 7 litres of water in there. So actually the difference between it looking like it's wet or dry is actually very slim. There's not actually a lot in it. But if you think about it, if the sand is wet, it's got more water content in it, which means the sand content is very small amount, reduced, which means you're going to end up with a stronger mix than you would have had if the sand was dry. So it's not like the water content is going to make the mix weaker. It actually has the opposite effect. It actually makes a stronger mix when the water content in the sand is higher, so actually there's no detrimental effects to the mix. Now, as long as you're using the same sand and you're doing the same mix after mix after mix, you should have a consistent mix repeated throughout the batches. So I do know what you mean about the moisture content on a rainy day. Would that affect it? The answer is yes, but not as much as you'd think. But one of the conversations that we've had around here about the Mortarmaster is we're probably going to put like a canvas roof on it. So although we can't affect the moisture content of the sand going in, we can protect it when it is in there.
Last question, I think this is one that you saw, and it was regarding toolboxes for vehicles.
Yes, somebody has put on questions. Now this is interesting because somebody also said the other week that I share too much information on YouTube, so this is probably going to shoot me in the foot. Somebody said about having toolboxes to go on the back of sort of 3.5 tonne and 7.5 tonne pickups and tippers, that sort of thing. And the truth is, once we've got the site banks nailed and we're happy with them and we've got them for sale and in production, the next idea I've got is revolving around tool theft in the back of vans, because I do know that tool theft in the back of vans is off the charts at the minute. It is absolutely ridiculous. I think there was even a protest in London about it the other week. So once we've got site banks nailed, happy with it, sorted, we are going to turn our attention to tool security in the back of vans, pickups, 7.5 tonne trucks, and I've already got something in mind for that, which uses the same principles that we've got in the site bank. Really difficult to break into. And yeah, bear with me on this, because I've got an idea of how we're going to do this, and I think it could be a game changer in that market, and we're going to be doing that next. So that is it for this week. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode 41. Can't believe it's 41 episodes already. Time rolls on. As usual, like, subscribe and comment. The last few weeks, we've had some fantastic comments from some subscribers. People that have never commented before have been commenting, which is absolutely brilliant. It blows mine and Adam's minds that people watch this and go to the trouble of commenting. I know the last few weeks have had a heavy bias on Dave from D&J Projects in it. But as I say, leave your comments. Me and Adam love to watch and read the comments, and we'll see you on the next episode. See what I have to put up with, Adam. I'm coming back downstairs. I'm coming downstairs to where we do.
Do you hear that? Lauren, Belle, Gavin's moving downstairs. Whoop, whoop.
Didn't get that on camera, but Mel's over there doing this. What's that mean?
Females on the top deck, yes.
Trend here, isn't it?
Hey!
massively outnumbered around here. Can you lot be quiet while I do this very important job?
Yes, well.
You done? There's Millicent giggling over there now.
Can you hurry up then, so I need to bring it.
Oh yeah, I'll hurry up, yeah. Are you going to hurry up and be quiet?
Up the hammers.
What's that playing?
Come on, you irons.
And the last question.
Hold on.
Sorry.
I was waiting to sneeze because I was
No, to
doing
be fair, I
that.
wanted to cough anyway.
We're both dying to And Adam's milking is cold and he's giving it to me.
Sharing's caring, guys.
I don't want you to share and care, if I'm honest.
Scene 69 or 420. I don't know if you can read that. Action.
So also coming up in a little while, we're doing a question and answer session. We've asked in the last few weeks.
He did say that really funny, didn't he?
Can you lot shut the because his hands are starting to shake now.
I can't help it.
Are you done?